Good afternoon. It's your man Earl, DeucesWild22.com. We are live wire. Day 115. Day 115. We are live. Day 115, Wednesday, April, was it 25th? Late in the afternoon. Well, not late. About 4:35, 4:40, quarter till 5 o'clock. And I tell you what, I had to get this and put this together. Now, I'm going to come back and do another video on this, but, you know, here's the gist of today, all right? The gist of today is the 1% warrior, you know, the 1% warrior. And this is what's interesting because, you know, we are, not necessarily we, but there's a lot of people that are familiar with, you know, Pareto's law about 80, you know, basically, which is the 80-20 rule. So when people talk about the 80-20 rule, they're really talking about Pareto's law, which basically says that 20% of the people are going to do 80% of the work. I've seen it read and written this way. 20% of the people who come to the picnic are going to eat 80% of the food, right? 20% of your clients are going to give you 80% of your business. Now, and that number keeps getting more finite as you tweak that algorithm, if you will. But I had to get this out because, as you guys well know, day 115, 425, April 25th, Wednesday, about 4:45. Day 115, you guys know for the next 2 years what I'm doing, which is, what am I doing? I got to do in 2 years what I didn't do in 20, right? And I'm reading 2,000 books. And I came across a quote out of a speech. And I need to do a little bit more research because people are arguing about who and where it originated from. But I got to get this to you because this is so important. All right. And it's about warriors. It's about a mentality, right? It's about men, people, right? And how they live their life, right? So check this out. Out of 100 men, okay, going into battle, or 100 men in business, or 100 men, however you want to define it, right? Out of 100 athletes, right? 10 men shouldn't even be there. Now, remember now, I'm juxtaposing this against Pareto's law of the 80-20, right? So this is the backdrop of this, you know, 80-20, but this guy comes out with this algorithm and says, listen, out of 100 men, 10 of them shouldn't even show up to the battlefield, all right? Then he says this, 80 of them are just targets for the opposing forces. Now that's pretty hardcore, right? 80 people that you're fighting alongside are simply targets. And then here's where it gets interesting. He says 9 of the men out of 100 do most of the fighting, are the most productive, right? And then he goes, out of 100 men, 1 of them is a true warrior. Now, I said, wait a minute, this guy is making a huge statement. But I tell you what, like I said before, I'm going to come back to this later on in the year. I'm going to do some research on this. But from what I've seen already, these numbers are holding to be true. Why? What's our goal? Right? Supreme or superior performance. 1%. That's where we want to be at. We want to be the top 1%, right? Top 1% of whatever you're doing. So I'm getting excited now. So it goes back to that 1%. That's where we want to be at. Not top 5%, 1%, right? And now you could skew that even further, top 1/10 of 1%, but that's getting out there. That's going to be for later on in the year. So watch this. Day 115, are you the one? Okay? Now, you're already, if you own your own business, you're already part of the 9, okay? Because guess what? You're already bucking the system. The system says, go get a job, go work for someone else, go rely on the system. No, we say, take the bull by its horns. We say, get out of the driver's seat, I'll drive. We say, I can invest my own money. We say, we will do what? Now, watch, before I get too excited. So here's the gist. So the question is then, what is a warrior, or who is a warrior? And here's where I'm going to close today's video. Day 115. The warrior mentality is one who voluntarily puts himself in harm's way. Now, you can extrapolate that all the way out because harm's way is what? To be criticized, to be ridiculed, to be killed, to be shot at, right? for the sake of a greater good. Now, we can leave that at that because I'm going to come back to that. So guess what? As entrepreneurs, we do what? We put ourselves in harm's way of the ridicule, of character assassination, of all different kinds of things. So day 115, 1% warrior, right? Are you aiming towards the 1? Definitely part of the 9, right? We do most of the fighting. We're definitely part of the 9, but our life goal is to be that 1. Not there yet, but to be that 1. It's your man Earl. I'm hyped up. Why? Because I know where I'm going. Dreams, goals, aspirations. Day 115, 1% warrior mentality. 4/25/2018. It's your man Earl. God bless. DeucesWild22.com. www.DEUCESWILD22.com. 1% warrior. Day 115. Peace.